Sometimes
Oh.
chickpeas make me gassy.
Okay. What is super fight?
I don't fucking know anymore. No, I'm kidding.
I don't know what's real.
I'm confused. Okay, super fight. Basically, we're building perfect fighters.
Point to segments on the windows with how I can put text in.
We're gonna take 3 black cards and 3 white cards. The black cards are descriptors for the characters, which are the white cards. So we're putting those together, and we're gonna mash them all up, and we're gonna get a fighter, and we're gonna have 2 of those. So Tyler won the last round with Willy Wonka, armed with a rocket launcher, covered in spikes. So we're gonna take Willy Wonka versus this next character that we're gonna make right now.
I'm going to keep getting, my character, Willy Wonka, is going to keep getting stronger and stronger because if I keep winning, then I'm just going to keep coming up with more and more to add. I am Willy Wonka.
We've got Tyler's Willy Wonka, armed with a rocket launcher covered in spikes. And you've got my robot, who's 10 stories tall, and also armed with a harpoon gun.
Fuck.
It's a tough fighter, man. So, hasn't started. Oh shit. Okay. So, with Willy Wonka.
Wait. Hold on just a second. Wait, do you have time to think about it, or do you just get to do your speech for 2.5 minutes? Is that how we?
You just get to do your speech for 2.5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. I didn't mean to fuck that up for you.
Yeah, it's
restart.
Okay. Tell me when to go.
Ready, go.
Okay.
Hey, just one thing, Hayden.
Actually, let's
start now.
Oh yeah.
Get one more thing.
Oh, yeah.
Ready? All right, ready.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You ready? All right, for real this time. Ready? Steady.
Are you being for real? For real?
Yes, I'm being for real. For real. As
Okay,
for real
cool.
as a Furby. Steady, go.
Okay. So immediately versus Willy Wonka, my robot's got the height advantage. He's 10 stories tall. Willy Wonka, average sized dude, maybe, depending on your interpretation of like which Willy Wonka you're looking at. Could vary a little bit, but normal human size, right? Robot's not biological. Obviously, Willy Wonka is a human male with blood and skin and bones and things that can break easily, and he dies. Robot, he's inferior, or superior, rather. Willy Wonka is inferior to my metal, somewhat indestructible, lifeless creature. And he can be repaired. Willy Wonka can't be repaired. You can't just get another Willy Wonka. You can go to the hardware store and make you a robot. You know, no, easy peasy. But this is all not to mention my fucking harpoon gun, which I would assume would scale with his 10-story size. Because you can't have a 10-story tall robot and a little tiny harpoon gun like this big. 10-story tall fucking harpoon gun, massive destructive force. And if he doesn't shoot Willy Wonka with the harpoon gun, he's gonna get swatted, he's gonna get stomped on, he's gonna get crushed. I think the only thing that you might have against him, which was addressed in your previous argument, was the rocket launcher. I think that is still a huge benefit to you, because that could do a lot of damage to me. However, I don't give a fuck. And I think that my robot is going to kick Willy Wonka's ass no matter what. And I will surrender my time to the floor.
Surrender 38 seconds, which is...
38 seconds can make or break it. Are you sure? Is that your final answer?
Oh, it's noble within itself. I feel like that gives him a point. Even
that.
Robots rule. Willy Wonka drools.
Oof. Willy Wonka's drool.
He just made it personal.
All right, Tyler. Ready, steady, go.
All right. So in your argument, your main premise is centered around the fact that Willy Wonka can die because I'm a mortal man and the robot can't because you don't have blood and skin and veins. But the argument isn't whether one of us can die or not. It's who can beat the other one in a fight. So I don't have to kill you. I might be a more fragile being, but all I have to do is win and destroy you. And I'm not even going to use the rocket launcher. I'm going to set that down, and I'm going to go based off of my sheer wit and my genius. So a robot, basically what they are, their consciousness is a string of ones and zeros, right? Because I'm assuming you're in an AI. I am one of the world's greatest inventors of all time. So I'm going to, knowing that I'm going to fight you, create in my laboratory a giant basic machine that is going to short circuit you, and I don't even have to go near you. I just have to be within a city block. And I'm going to create that, and I'm going to flip a switch. It's going to short circuit your entire motherboard, and you are going to just freeze in the middle of the street forever, and you're going to rust in the rain, and you're eventually going to die. When you start to rust, I'm going to bring out my rocket launcher again, probably years later, and I'm just going to, for funsies, shoot holes into you and turn you into a cheese grater.
Damn.
I forfeit the rest of my time, too.
He forfeits 42 seconds, which is 4 seconds more than the robot.
That was pretty fucking good.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie. I think my only, if I may, rebut.
Yeah, you can use the extra time to rebuttal.
Okay, yeah, all right, done for that. Right?
So you have, what, 38?
38 seconds left to rebut.
Oh, okay, yeah. Oh, that's good.
Cool.
All right, let's see this. You have 38 on the clock, brother. Whether you use it or not, I will stop you.
Okay.
Tell us when to go.
Ready, steady, go.
Okay. You bring up a very good point about beating in a fight versus like my mortality, right? Like if I guess that would have to be something that is agreed upon pre-fight. Like if both parties will leave the fight intact, for lack of a better word, like if the rules of the fight are one has to kill the other one or one has to like totally dismantle the other one, then that would be important to know. But that's all I was gonna say. I feel like it would just come down to like the terms of the fight. So you might not win.
Yeah, I play for keeps.
Stop.
What's your verdict?
All right. All right, so verdict on super fights. I'll give you what I like about each of you, and then I'll give you my conclusion, okay? The robot. Dig the fact he's a robot. Dig the fact he's immortal. I feel like I think Hayden brought up a good point. You can crush the Willy Wonka, at the end of the day. Willy Wonka himself is a easy squishable target by himself. For Willy Wonka, of course, it's always got to be the tech's always going to win. If Willy Wonka gets time in his lab to develop something, he can probably figure out just about anything on that. And then, of course, he's got the rocket launcher, everything like that. It's great. However, I feel like, Tyler, you revealed a terrible thing about Willy Wonka that I didn't consider before. And that's his hubris. He lays down the rocket launcher. Man. So this is what I see as far as I'm just thinking of the matchup. So you got this like robot that's like dead set, and a Terminator down to kill with the huge harpoon gun. That would definitely, I agree, it would scale with the 10-story robot. But you got this hubris of Willy Wonka. I think he'd be like singing like a song to the Oompa Loompas. And like you said, he's got the thing. He's got the solution in his back pocket. Like he's ready to go, and he's out there dancing. I think the robot kills him in his moment of weakness. I know Willy Wonka could figure out the solution for this, but that silly bastard would fuck it up and get himself killed.
God damn it.
The man versus the metal wins.
Damn.
Yes.
Beat by hubris. Frankly, beat by hubris.
Oompa, loompa, doompa doo.
Harpoon gun.
All right.
I've drawn your cards, Cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Here's your characters. We got Nigerian prince, a moose, or a werewolf.
Okay.
So a Nigerian prince, a moose, or a werewolf, and you got heals 100 times faster than normal, has 2 extra arms, or can stop time while holding breath.
All right, I'm going to go with the moose. I'm going to take the heal 100 times faster than normal.
Okay, so we got my fighter, the robot, who's 10 stories tall, armed with a harpoon gun. and we got a moose who heals 100 times faster than normal, and also is rabid.
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
baby. Oh, yeah. Fuck
I'm
yeah.
a fan. I'm a fan
Against
of
a
this fight.
giant robot.
Yeah. Dude, that's fucking gnarly. That's a good fight, honestly.
I am ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, go.
Right. So first of all, let's get over I want to get over the statement of 2 extra arms for my moose. That's
You don't
implying
have
my
that.
moose. What?
You have
don't have-
heals
Oh.
100 times faster than normal.
God dang it. Okay.
Do you
well,
want
anyway.
2 arms?
No, I want 100 times faster. Anyway, my rabid moose heals 100 times faster. Anyway,
Okay.
how to restart the timer? Fuck.
Yeah,
I'm
start
sorry,
the
sorry. Damn it. I was all about having a mutant moose, and I was like, assuming I have 2 extra arms, assuming my moose already has arms.
Right.
So it's awesome. So I have a Minotaur moose is what I was going to go in with. Damn
Got
it.
it.
Okay.
Oof.
So I have a rabid.
Okay. A rabid moose that heals 100 times faster than normal. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. So I have a moose that is rabid. Have you ever seen a rabid moose? I invite you to YouTube it. They're destructive creatures, and metal does not matter to them. They'll take out school buses, bumpers, raw steel. I'm guessing your robot's not made out of anything better than that, so a rabid moose is gonna fuck you up. Second of all, you got a harpoon gun, very slow reload mechanism gun, and I have a super regenerative moose. I don't think a harpoon gun, unless a 10-story one, could take out my moose. And if it does, heal up, and that harpoon is in me, and it doesn't matter because it's fucking healed up. Harpoon is a part of me. Now I'm a fucking moose with a harpoon, which I would argue is more dangerous than a moose without a harpoon in it.
Okay.
Especially rabid, first of all. Rabid moose. It's not even thinking clearly. It doesn't care that you're a giant robot. He has no fear. It's running at you full speed. And what do you do? Stomp on it? Comes back to life, cracks itself back together, and goes at you again. A robot, being a robot, like you said, a mortal mechanical being is limited to one thing, and that's its power source. And I think that my rabid 100% regenerative moves that just goes at you day on, day in, day on, day in, just either exhaust your supply of harpoons or exhaust your power supply. I secede my time.
Boom. 53 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. The rabies, the rabidity of this moose, I am concerned about for the reason that you mentioned about its clouded thought process and its uncontrollable rage. However, although that is a factor in terms of how it will attack me, I can't get rabies. So that's good. I think that's working in my favor. I'm not going to get rabies. And then, because if I did get rabies, then you better watch the fuck out, because I'm now a rabid robot, and that's an issue for you. So we'll disregard that. But it's a good point that you made about the rabidity of the moose. I think I'm going to challenge you on that harpoon thing that you said. I think a huge harpoon could, like, fuck up your moose. Granted, you can heal pretty quick, and I get that. I know that you could heal with, in theory, the harpoon's still in you, but that's how big's that harpoon got to be, right? Like, mooses, meese, if you will, are fucking ginormous for land animals. But that harpoon's got to be real big too, you know? So I'm questionable on that statement that you made. Again, I got to go back to my size, man. Meese are ridiculously huge in terms of like 4-legged forest creatures, right? But we're talking 10 stories, dude. We're talking a skyscraper. Like, it's a lot of weight. It's a lot of force. It's just huge. And I have a hard time believing that if you were to be crushed, that you could basically resurrect yourself. I feel like if there were basically like a broken bone or some sort of wound of some extent, I feel like you could heal that. But if it was like every bone in your body crushed, I don't know if you could recover from that and still be considered a functional moose, if that makes sense. I don't know if you'd like spring back to life as a normal moose. I think you would just heal over all your broken bones and you'd just be a mangled mess of moose. And yeah, that's it.
Ooh, 10 seconds left.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right. Cutter, do you want to use your 53 seconds to rebuttal?
I'd like to just use a small portion of it.
Do it.
All right, and go.
Okay. I agree that your harpoon gun would have to be big. And I think you have reason to fear the rabid moose because the moose is big as well. How big is this moose? We haven't specified, but it's a moose.
Sure.
It's big. Have you seen a moose?
Have you seen a skyscraper?
No, but I've seen a moose, and I can tell you, it's as big as any imaginary skyscraper that you could say. And second of all, I'd like to remind you that the new moose is the national animal of Canada. I think to fight the moose would be to fight all of Canada.
Oh,
And if a moose was engaged in a battle with a 10-story robot,
Time's
I
up.
feel like Canada would be on its side.
that patriotism argument.
Oh my gosh,
powerful.
yeah. Misguided patriotism.
Because the repercussions-
Misguided patriotism.
Nonetheless.
Misguided patriotism. It's so great.
The only thing I want to use my 10 seconds to say is I've never been
Fuck
to
your
Canada,
moose.
and I would love to go.
Yeah.
That's it.
Anyway.
Cool.
So, giant robot versus rabbit moose.
You can heal
I'm gonna-
100 times
I'm
faster.
gonna start by saying, like Cutter did, the pros and cons of each. So, pro of the robot, again, obviously going to be you're huge, right? Your harpoon gun, it's going to pack a punch. It's a big harpoon gun. It's not just going to stick you. It's going to stick you to whatever it shoots. So if he shoots the moose and sticks it to the road, doesn't matter if the moose heals. Now the moose has the challenge of getting untethered from that, right? Because it's attached to the gun, the robot has it in his hand. If he shoots it to the road, boom, that moose is stuck to the road. It can't just run anywhere that it wants to. And it's also massive, and it could just crush it. And I think Hayden brought up a good point of, yes, the moose can heal 100 times faster, but it's not Wolverine where it can come back from the dead. That wasn't specified. So if you crush it completely and squash it like a worm, I don't think it's coming back, because I think part of its regenerative power comes from the rest of its body. And if the rest of its body is just completely turned into a pancake, I don't know if it can heal from that. I don't think there's any coming back from it. But the moose is fast. The moose can heal, and the moose is rabid. So first, you would have to shoot the moose. I think the moose, if it's in a fight, could dodge the harpoon, and it would take the robot a long time to reload that. I don't think it's something that quick you can do, or I don't even know if you have more harpoons. Do you have just one harpoon that you have to reel back in? And in that meantime, the moose can start fucking shit up on the robot. And if it hurts itself in the process, it's going to be healing. So it can just be ramming itself into your legs, going right through your metal legs and knocking you over. All that to say, I don't think the moose stands a chance against the robot, because I think the robot, boom, just stomp on the moose.
Yeah.
Done. Just done. It would be like you fighting a rabid wiener dog in size. Yeah, it's ferocious and it's going to try to bite you, but all you have to do is pick it up and hold it, and it's going to be kicking and throwing and then you just slam it on the ground, stop it, and then that thing is dead. And it's not coming back.
But it can heal. No, not from that.
Not from death.
No wieners coming back from that trauma.
No,
Sorry.
no wieners coming back from that. And, it's the moose's hubris. It's really
You bastard. I knew this was revenge shit.
No, so that wasn't revenge at all. I think that was just a bad call of cards. I don't think a moose versus a robot any day.
No.
I don't think any of the ones I don't think a werewolf.
The rabies have clouded its hubris.
Or a Nigerian prince. I don't think any of them would have stood a chance.